All right, for the interactive presentations, you've had your opportunity to watch the videos. And I kind of changed this up a little bit. I was thinking about how you or anyone could use this in the classroom. This was just ideas of different ways it could be used and then how you think you might use it. So you could even pull examples from this one, from the different videos themselves. Sorry, it's late and I'm having trouble thinking. So I have a couple of different options. So I took a slightly different stand with this outsiders option here. With this one, what I thought is instead of me doing the work that they would be creating, the students would create their own study guide for chapters 1 through 6 of The Outsiders. So they would come in here and they would type a summary, they would type key characters, they would type important vocabulary, and then when they hit present, they could then click on their chapters, they can go home, they can click on the next one, they can go back to home, and so on and so forth. But I thought instead of me making something, I wanted to show an example of when a student could make something. So you make the template. I would probably, if I keep working on this, copy this into, I would just delete these boxes and I would copy this into each chapter, or maybe in different chapters I have something slightly different. So maybe in chapter 3 this time I want them to identify the beginning of the overarching theme of the story. So maybe I want them to list or identify, begin to list where they're seeing the theme develop. So maybe in each chapter is something slightly different, but then it's their study guide, so they're creating it. So maybe it's outsiders, and can I flip the text? I don't remember how to do that off the top of my head. Anyway, so I thought I could show a way that you could have the students create one. So then I created a vocabulary practice for the outsiders. So the first thing that I did is I created this 9-box table. And then over top of the 9-box table, I created a blank. You can see here that it is transparent, both in color and in the edges. So I put boxes on here, and then I created the 9 different slides. So this is slide 1 or home, and then I also created this home button right here so you could come back to the beginning. So I created that and I linked that one right away. I linked that to slide 1, which is the slide that I'm on. So I created a home button, it's slide 1, and then I created a box over each of these that was transparent, and then created all the slides. So you can see here that I have the transparent slide. Once I created all the slides, then I went back up to this beginning one, and I connected each of the individual boxes to a slide. So you can see that right here. So initially, you'll notice if I move this really quick, there's another box. Let me go to another one. If I move this initial box here, there's another one underneath it. And that was because I needed to originally create the slides with the overlay box in order for me to have enough stuff. But once I tagged each of these into their different slides, then I held down Control and clicked on all of them, and then clicked copy, and then I pasted the slide linking to each of the slides. So it takes a little bit of work to get this going, and I can do a better job. I can kind of I can show you a picture of it if I need to. But then you can see I started the definition piece. So all I did was on this next one, that overlay box, I just changed its color now, and then I typed the definition right here. I typed the definition right in that box, and I changed the color so that it was easy to read. And maybe because it's green, I want to do a different green. I don't know. But there's definition there. And then I would go down to this one and I would change the color of that box. Let's go to that. And then again, I would type the definition. And I'm going to make it look a little different. This is the text. So you can kind of see now that each box then is different. So when I go back to the very first slide and I hit present, this is what they will see. But if they click on aloof, then that definition comes up. If they click on unfathomable, that definition comes up. There's nothing on Gingerly right now, but they can keep clicking all over the place and it continues to go back to those definitions. And then if I want to go home to the original one, it's not letting me do it at the current moment. I don't know why. But anyway, so then I could go back to home. I thought I'd linked that and it was linked on all of them, but maybe not. So I might need to fix that. Yeah, it's not linked on any of them. So I would need to link these again to all of them. So I want this to really be linked to slide 1 or the first slide, apply. And maybe that's what I needed to do, is do the first slide instead of slide 1. So this needed to be, when linked, it needed to be the first slide. So anyway, it's not giving that to me. Anyway, so I might need to go in and make some changes on that, but that is a way that you can do an interactive presentation that is just a practice for kids in vocabulary. So that was kind of my plan. All right.